Hello, hello, hello. Happy day, people. This is Tea and Cornbread, a conversation with Sean and Tracy. I am Sean Johnson.
I am Tracy Davis-Johnson.
And our podcast is about having conversations with people 50 and over, where they're talking about their wealth, their health, and their life changes. So like, share, and subscribe. Hey, y'all. This is Tea and Cornbread with Sean and Tracy. Hey, Trey.
Hey, Sean.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. We are going to have another awesome segment, an awesome conversation. We call it Shop Talk. Another conversation, and I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Miss Tracy, so she can introduce our fabulous guest today.
Well, I have the honor of introducing my auntie, Nada Hall, ordained minister. What is it? Correct me.
Kind of, sort of. I just completed my master's in Christian ministry.
Christian ministry, okay. And she's in no particular order. She is a sister, a mom, a wife, like I said, an auntie, an in-law, and just an all-around good friend. So we have her here today because a couple of months ago, she had a woman's empowerment, one of many things that she has on her plate. And we just wanted to have her here, have her talk about that, have her talk about the things that she is doing out in the community. She had another event yesterday that she's going to talk about, and any other upcoming things. But let's focus on you. So tell us a little bit that I didn't mention about yourself.
Okay, well, born and raised here in the wonderful city of Waterbury. Very proud of that. A lot of times we get a lot of flack, but I think it's just an honor to be a part of Waterbury, Connecticut. Raised here, a lot of legacy here, and had the opportunity to go to school here. I did leave. I left and I went to California and Arizona, and that was just part of my journey, part of my training, part of my learning, and part of my growing up. And then coming back to Waterbury just to really do the things that God had already birthed from the beginning, because, he's given us what we need before we even knew it. And so I'm now coming back home, which is home, to be closer to family and friends, and to start to execute and to release the things that are inside. So that's my story, and had an opportunity to finish school because, as we work and we do so many things, had to start, stop, work. And it's hard to complete a lot of things when you have so many things coming at you as a woman. So was able to do that and just really walk into the things that were already laid before me.
That is really, really awesome. One of the things you touched upon is us as a woman and having so much to carry and to do. Tell us how you kind of organized or scheduled that stuff to where you became number one in your life. So, like, we can't take care of nobody else if we don't take care of ourselves first. So how did you say, hey, everything else is going to have to wait, and I got to take care of myself?
I think it's schedule. We don't always do that, right? We part of being a woman, I think, how we give, we serve, and even in giving in so many pieces of ourselves, we are helping ourselves in a way that maybe we don't know. But I think it's different chapters of your life. When you're raising kids, your focus is your children, your family, and making sure they're being cared of. And you can't get around that. That's just who we are, right? So if you have to step into the bathroom and cry for 5 seconds and then come back out, that's part of your rejuvenation, your reset, right? But knowing that the chapter in the season is going to change, right? And I think that's what keeps us going, that we know that we're walking towards our journey, and that, for example, the kids are going to grow up and they're going to get another place in life, and then we're going to shift into another place. So all of it really is part of the journey, although you feel like you're so fragmented in so many pieces. And I think you begin to learn as you're teaching and helping others, you're teaching and helping yourself how to care for yourself. And that 5 minutes becomes 15 minutes, becomes 30 minutes of time for yourself. And you start to shift things into place. It's a journey.
Definitely it is. It's a mental thing, so you got to get it, take it as it comes, but make sure, like you said, 5, 10, 15 minutes, you build on that. And you
Absolutely.
learn from that each day.
Absolutely.
Especially when you do that and you do get rejuvenated from it. So then you start, it becomes second nature once you implement that. First it's a conscious thing to implement it, and then it becomes an unconscious thing because you just take that moment, like you said, and then it turns into 15 and 30 or whatever, and not feel guilty about it. That's the other thing too, is when we do take that 1 minute for
Right.
ourselves, we feel guilty about it to a certain extent. How did you, you know, you said you started, stop with education and things like that, right? How did you get over the feeling of guilt when you needed to do, you have all these other things, but this you have to finish, right? And it does take a toll to a certain extent, but how did you get through that? And what made you just say, you know what? It doesn't matter. I got to get it done.
It's really timing. I mean, you always have these things, and you just have to work on it, and you have to ground yourself. And for me, it's just getting grounded in the Lord, because you'll have things sitting on you trying to gnaw and eat you away when you know you have something to do. But it really is timing. And sometimes we want to do things, we know we have things to do, but it's not always the right time. Our timing is off. We think it's the right time, but it's not the right time. So, for example, I had got accepted into this awesome program. I thought, oh, it was the best thing ever. This school out of Moody Bible Institute out of Chicago. And I was just like so excited. It was just too much. I had too much on my plate. And I wasn't paying attention. My timing was off, right? So with COVID, that did a reset for everyone. And it was really not a good thing. But some good things happened. And some good things happened for me because I started working from home. And right then and there, I understood the Lord spoke so clearly, it's time. Now is the time. And everything fell into place so perfectly. So it's understanding our timing. Although we have things to do and we want to get it done now, it's not always the right time. And everything that you're going through is in preparation of what you need to do in the future.
Okay.
That's a drop. What mic,
Mic
drop?
drop?
We're saying that all day. That's a mic drop. Yeah, it's in preparation. And you're right.
It's not on our time.
Right. When COVID happened and when we were on punishment for a certain extent, you know what I mean? That's what I called it. It's like, we on punishment, right?
Yeah.
We had to sit still, but it wasn't. I took it just like you did. This is a time to reset. And God is like, no, I got you. You know what I mean? Do what I say. Sit still, reflect, and then make a way. And he made a way for you.
Absolutely.
And like you said, everything fell into place.
Right.
Awesome.
So let's talk about a little bit about your women's empowerment that you had. What brought you to that? Like, how long was that on your mind, on your heart, that you had to gather these women together in one room? It was a powerful meeting. I talked with Sean a little bit, but I said, I don't want to talk about it. I need to bring her up here and let her, what drew you to that to even get started with that?
And so here again, I think about that. So that was birthed a long time ago, right? We go back into these things that were down in our heart for us to do. And sometimes you do it in little pieces and a piece here and there, but it was something that was in me that needed to be done. And again, time. Time. And even the name of the event, Healthy Soul, that's my brand, right? And it was a name that was given to me years ago and never had the chance to execute it. And so I just want to say, be encouraged, because a lot of time as women, as we age and mature, we can look back in life and we said, wow, I was so busy doing this, doing that. And we feel like time has passed and maybe we should have been doing some things back then and I wish I should have, could have. But you know what? The Lord has just told me, no, it is your time, right? It is your time. So the brunch, the women's empowerment brunch, was something in me from before, and it was just time to go forth. And sometimes we will get that signal to say it's time to go, and then we don't go. You know, we for whatever reason in our head we start overthinking things. We don't go, but it
Yeah.
was just like, nah, it is time to go. So I just went forth with it, and just being grateful that I had the opportunity to bring it forth. Right.
Right. You had a lot of powerful, encouraging women in that room. When they did the roundtables and women stood up and they started to talk, you see people in the streets. You've grown up with certain people all your life, and you don't know what their background is. You know, you may have known, but I was so amazed of all the talent that was in the room and the people willing to share. How did you, your speaker that you had, the young lady, and I do apologize because I don't remember her name, how did you come upon her? That, you know,
So I did know her, Ari Smallwood, and familiar with her from being in church with her.
Okay.
Different churches. I knew her. But let me just say, and I knew the other speaker, Joyce. Joyce, I don't want to mess up her last name, Sister Joyce. But the women that attended there, sure, I knew you guys, the people that I had personally invited, but a lot of those people I did not know. And that was the special part of it. It was an open event. It was out there for whoever will come. And those were the people that came, and those were the people who shared their story. And it was a wonderful thing because they felt comfortable
Yes.
enough. One woman
Yes.
said, you know, I just saw it on Facebook, and I said, I'm coming. It was amazing. And the love and the embracement for everybody. And the way it just kind of happened, we had a soft agenda, but I didn't really have an agenda. So it flowed the way it needed to flow. And people,
and it flowed.
the
It did.
people were able to tell their story and who
Yes.
they were. And we all learned something.
We did. And I thought that was so moving. I kind of felt like it was a successful session. I felt like we ran out of time. It's like I wanted more.
More.
Just when you start getting, you know, okay, I'm almost full, but I'm not full yet. So so congratulations to you. It really was a success, and the women that were there were very powerful. And I commend women when they get up and speak, because you don't know me from a hole in the wall. And for you to have felt comfortable, the ones that did share their stories, and there was some powerful stories in that room where you looked like not in judgment, but in awe.
Right.
You know?
Personal.
Yes.
People got personal.
Yes.
And the thing is, they were comfortable.
They were
And that's the
comfortable.
thing. We have to be comfortable with each other, with telling our story. And don't worry about where the information goes.
Right.
You just do what's in your heart
Right.
and let it go. And that's what people did. They
That
felt
is.
comfortable letting go. And we as women have to learn how to do that. Let it go.
Yeah, we do. Because sometimes we are so judgmental of each other for no reason. We look at each other and don't like each other. We look at each other and don't like, I don't like you because my friend don't like you. And we have to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know who you come across and who can help you or you can help them. So we gotta
Absolutely.
stay
And
positive.
if I could put a plug, we have another event coming up. So if you want more, the more is we're going to have a retreat. And I think I announced that. And so just think about saving the date for September 15th and 16th. We're going to do a 2-day women's retreat. And then we'll go the next step, right? And here again, my prayer is that, Lord, whoever you want to be there, send your people. And everything will take care of itself.
Yes. Within the women's group too, there is, you have another group of women that you work with very closely too. Your bond, I know of them because being around you being my aunt. Talk about that network of women too.
Right. So it's just a bunch of sisters. We've come together through church, through ministry, doing different things. And we were just saying, wait a minute. We're always looking and jumping on how we can help somebody. Is this, we need to help them. Oh, wait a minute. No, we need to help them. And so we just said, who are we? We're women helping others. We are the Who group. And it was just birthed
Nice.
just like that. It was like, wait, we need to help that person. You know, you need something. This person needs that. Okay, what can you do? Let's come together and help, right? Because God has given us so much. All that stuff that we've done, right? Helping others and doing this. Right? Now let's put it together and let's really do something.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And we
What
felt
they say,
it.
don't talk about it, be about it.
And that's exactly what we're doing. You know, that was exactly what they were doing that day.
Yes, and just yesterday, we did a clothing giveaway, and it was more geared specifically for women who are trying to maybe get back into the workplace, whatever, things that are going on in your life. It was just, look, let go. And that was for me. And even though we were doing it to help somebody else, guess what? We were helping ourselves, learning how to let go of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had just
Cleaning that
In
closet.
more ways than one. Yes.
And then
Okay.
you second guess thing. I had suits upon suits that I had not wore for years, and then I started looking at them. I said, well, wait a minute. This is still in style. Wait a minute. I really can fit this. And you get ready. I said, well, like, no, I'm not
Gotta
going down
go ahead
that
and get
rabbit
rid of
hole.
it.
I
Right.
was getting ready to rethink this whole thing. But I'm like, I have not worn this in 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Give it
So
away.
I need,
Let
you got
somebody
to
else get 10 years out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let it go, So it was all around good. And that's the thing. When you're doing for others, you're doing for yourself.
Right.
Here again, part of that prep and growing process that we're continually doing throughout our whole life.
So you said yesterday's event was a success. Did you get a lot of different age groups that came out? Was it geared toward a certain age group or?
Well, we were hoping for women, so we tried to connect with the different shelters. We were hoping for, that working woman, whatever field they work in, to try to help, because that was kind of the type of
That was the
clothes that
goal.
we had.
Okay. Okay.
But we didn't get a whole lot of people like that. But that's okay, because I look at it as, okay, that was phase one. Now we're ready for phase two.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So whatever we learned from yesterday, now we're ready to go into the next giveaway, and we'll be doing that shortly, more around going back to school. And so we can reposition that and make some little tweaks on what we need to do to kind of broaden and open it up to really get not just the target audience, but to get the message out, so we'll get the drive that we want,
Yeah,
because we don't
women
want
in
to.
need. You want,
We don't want to take
regardless.
nothing away. Whatever we
Right.
bring, we want it to go.
Okay. Okay.
So tell us, where is it happening? When is it happening? Where is it happening? And how can they contact you?
Okay, so first of all, you can reach out to me. My name is Nada Hall, and I am Healthy Soul Ministries, and my phone number is 203-510-8410.
Say it again in the microphone.
Nada Hall, Healthy Soul Ministries, 203-510-8410. The back to school clothing giveaway, we're going to collaborate with the Gathering Place Community Church. And so with their back to school event, we'll be there to give away clothes. It's going to be at Gil Martin. And right now, I don't have the exact date, so
Okay.
I'll have to figure out how we backfill that and let people know. It will be on Facebook, but we will join together. And that's the thing, too. When you're trying to do something, sometimes coming together is always good. So now our next giveaway will be jointly with the church who is sponsoring the back to school. So we'll get them twice.
So you said at Gil Martin School?
Gil Martin.
For those that are watching, because if they're in Waterbury watching this, Gil Martin School is up in the Pearl Lake area, off of Pearl Lake,
Yeah.
off of Sylvan
Scott-
Avenue, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look it up, Gil Martin School.
Like
What's the
she
time
said.
and date again?
That's the part that I
Okay.
don't have, and I have to get that from, because we're going to join with the church in their event.
Okay.
So it's going to happen
We'll
at
get
the
that.
same time, so we'll have to follow back with that information. Sorry, I don't have that
No
right
problem. No problem.
Okay. Well, where do you usually reach out to people? And I'm going to keep saying this probably throughout this. I'm your niece, so I know, and I've seen the flyer personally, but where does this information, how do you share this information with people?
now. So it's mostly through Facebook, and here again, I'm learning how to use social media more, Facebook, Instagram, but I
Okay.
have my personal network. And so I still have some old school in me. I am going to do the personal touch on people. And I'm looking for people to
Right
do
up
their
Sean's alley.
personal touch on people. And the personal touch goes a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, reaching out, making phone
Phone
calls,
calls.
which I'm going to call you out. You did not call me for any of this that you're doing.
Oh, okay. So guess what?
Yes.
Continuous improvement.
Yes.
Always
yes.
opportunity
So,
for improvement.
right. So make sure you have me on your
Yeah.
list of people to call
I
when
will.
you're doing these
Absolutely.
things. Because each one, all our networks, and yes, we have a lot of the same people in our networks, but there's always room for more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we would definitely want to participate, especially because we're all touching women.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're all targeting women to do good and empowering,
Empower them,
encouraging,
yes.
uplifting in
Definitely.
any which way that we can. So I definitely want to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
Okay,
It's
awesome.
a good thing. Yes.
You
it
know how we
definitely
do.
is.
So okay, so one more thing. When you did your retreat, tell us about the next retreat. What does it entail? What is the purpose? Things like that. And how could someone sign up? Is there a cost? Is there all of that? If you have
Okay.
that
So,
information.
so it's, I don't have the cost information, but there will be a cost, right? So it's not a, for a profit event. It's just going to be the cost of what the cost is for the facilities, right?
Okay.
We're going to a facility. They provide food. I will be providing some special dishes for people who have special eating needs. So yes, you will have to just pay for the cost. The theme around the event is going to be the faces of a woman. And so it's going to really look at all the different roles that we have to play. And we kind of talked about that. We're doing this, we're doing that, and how we thrive, not survive, but how we thrive in our many faces. And so that's what we're targeted on. So we're going to have some speakers who are going to talk to some of the different parts of us, right? We're going into the different parts of us. And we're also going to allow time for people to just again, tell their story, to just breathe and be in that safe place, to just whatever you need to do, whatever you need to get from it. That's what you come with, that intention in your heart to receive what God has for you, because it's really all about you.
Yeah. Is it overnight or
It's going to be overnight, but you don't have to. We're going to check in on a Friday. It's going to start Friday, so it's going to be Friday evening. People have to work. I still work. So you come up Friday, and that's going to be kind of our debrief,
Yeah.
right? You
Meet and
come
greet.
in, meet and greet, relax. Where we're going to do some fun things on Friday, and then Saturday will be a full day of all about you. You'll have the opportunity to pick and choose what workshops you want to participate in. And quite frankly, if you want to sit in the family room by the fireplace and just chill, that's
can do
your
that.
business,
Right.
right? You
Okay.
can do that, right?
Sounds
and so,
exciting.
and
It
it's not
does.
far. The place where we're going, Wisdom House in
Love it.
Litchfield. Yeah, it's in Litchfield. It is literally 15, 20 minutes away from
Okay.
our house.
Wow.
And it's so tucked away.
Yeah.
It's so close and so tucked
One of those
away.
hidden gems.
Yeah, because you want people to be able to get there and not
Right,
stress about
right.
how to get there. And then also we're going to do carpooling. So if somebody doesn't have a ride, we're going to meet at a location. We're going to team up together. So you don't have to worry about those types of things. If you want to go, we'll get you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm so glad we're talking about this early enough because you don't, you want women of all ages, to come too. And that's another thing. So we get the chance to spread the words, talk to our nieces, our cousins, neighbors sometimes. You don't never know. But you want them to also attend.
Right.
Yes, we don't know we don't know what we need. We're complex people. We all have so much on our plate. And so, whoever will, let them come.
Yes.
Just let them come.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I'm glad, I get this chance to put it out. There will be something, because I'm thinking, wow, I would have liked to have my save the date out a couple of weeks ago. And that's how I push myself. But I'm glad having this opportunity, and there will be a save the date coming out on Facebook, and it will be public So as I reach out to you guys, Sean
Yes.
and niece Tracy,
Yes,
that you
yes.
guys will filter it through your networks.
Yes.
We will.
Yes.
We definitely will. We appreciate you taking the time. This was very enlightening. And I hope, the young women, women of all ages that are listening, attend, that they come
Absolutely.
out and, share that weekend or that night, that morning, whatever it is that they can. Because, like you said, maybe they won't be able to stay the night, but maybe they can come up on Friday, go home, come back Saturday, whatever it may be. But
Absolutely. And we learn from each other.
definitely.
So we're not too,
Definitely.
the mature women that we are, we're not too mature. We can't learn. We can learn from the younger women. They can
Yes.
learn from us. There's always something that you can learn. So we don't, we can't discount anybody. Everybody comes to the table with their whole bag, a tool chest.
Yes,
And
yes.
so, we want to make sure we can share that stuff around with each other.
Exactly.
Awesome,
Exactly.
Awesome. Man, well, we can keep going.
I was going to say, I know,
But we're
can.
gonna have to have her on after the retreat,
retreat,
too.
definitely.
And
Definitely.
maybe have the women that put it together. Have you guys come and talk about what it is that your mission. And how you guys put that together and the benefits that people received from it. But if you are listening to this or watching this, because this is on Channel 13,
Yes.
public access, but if you are watching this, reach out. We'll put the description. No, you have to go to our YouTube to find this same episode
Right.
to see the description.
Yes.
We'll put the description in and all the information that she has so that you can be a part of. And, no matter the age, she says
Yes.
already, no matter the age, if you feel like, you want to be uplifted or empowered, this is what it sounds like and that is going to be.
Yes.
And it's overnight, so that's awesome because then a lot of times, like you said, you didn't have enough time and you wanted more. This gives
Exactly.
you an opportunity. And you said there's going to be workshops, so
Yes.
people be able to sign up for different workshops. But when she gives us that information, we will definitely make
Definitely
sure
pass it on.
that it's on the channel. If you're listening to Spotify, or any on the podcast platforms, reach out to Nada Hall. And your phone number again?
203-510-8410.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
You're
you.
welcome.
for
Thank you
being
for
here.
having me. I'm so
Yes.
excited. I feel so special.
You are
You are
special.
special.
Yes.
Yes,
yes.
it's really nice to have me come on to your platform. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you
niece.
for taking your time.
Yes. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yes. All right. So this is Tea and Cornbread from Your 50 Now What with Tracy and I. Follow us on YouTube. We started our YouTube channel, and it's
Yes.
called Your 50 Now What. And then any of the podcast platforms you can listen to us on also. And so thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you later. Like, share, and comment on this
Yes, please.
this episode because we want to make sure that we're giving you content that is going to be beneficial for you and tools that you can use on your daily life. Have
Have
a
a good
great
one.
day.